The billionaire CEO was waiting at a traffic light when he suddenly noticed a woman across the street waiting for the bus and smiling foolishly to herself. For a moment, the CEO found himself smiling along with the woman. The woman's strange behavior instantly caught the CEO's attention. When he saw the woman board the bus, the CEO secretly followed behind it, trailing her from a distance all the way until the woman arrived at a late-night food stall. The CEO stopped and didn't continue forward, because the elderly woman beside her was the very person who had taken him in when he was penniless as a child. When the CEO was young, he had been kicked out of the orphanage. Being penniless, he couldn't find a place to stay, and even getting a full meal was difficult. Just when the CEO was planning to rough it out on the street for the night, it began to rain. The CEO's spirits instantly collapsed, but at that moment, a kind-hearted elderly woman approached him. Seeing the CEO's predicament, the grandmother voluntarily invited him to stay temporarily at her home. However, the CEO didn't want to trouble anyone and directly refused the grandmother's offer. But before he could finish expressing his refusal, the grandmother simply left a door open for him and walked away. Seeing this, the CEO hesitated for a while but eventually went inside. Just as he was curiously examining his surroundings, a delicious aroma suddenly attracted his attention. The CEO opened the newspaper on the table and discovered there was actually a bowl of noodles underneath. The famished CEO didn't hesitate to pick it up and eat. After eating his fill, he slowly began to observe his surroundings. Suddenly, the CEO discovered a bucket full of cash. His eyes lit up with excitement. The next day, the grandmother belatedly remembered that she had forgotten to put away the money on the table, so she rushed home in a panic to check her money jar. Not a single cent was missing. Only then did the grandmother's anxious heart settle down. At that moment, the CEO also emerged, and seeing the grandmother's behavior, he was left speechless with mixed feelings. From that point on, the CEO was taken in by the grandmother. One day, while the CEO was studying investment, he had a sudden inspiration to register an account using the grandmother's information. Learning and managing finances became his two daily essential tasks. Before long, when the CEO checked the account, he discovered that all the money had completely disappeared. The CEO hurriedly went to confront the grandmother, but just as he found her, he saw her handing a sum of cash to her son. The furious CEO stepped forward to question the grandmother. However, the grandmother silently pulled out a black bag filled entirely with money that the CEO had transferred from his investments. At that moment, the CEO realized he had wrongly accused the grandmother. Feeling guilty, the CEO prepared to flee the city, but unexpectedly, the grandmother found him and gave him a pair of new shoes. The CEO and the grandmother then parted ways for 15 years. 15 years later, the CEO had become a billionaire investor.